I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
To start off, we are going to be covering our brows by using the glue stick trick. Use whichever one you prefer, but I like the purple one because it dries clear. Use a generous amount and brush the hairs upwards. Lightly dampen a beauty blender or sponge and apply your foundation. Once the glue is dry over the eyebrow, put the foundation over the top of it. You will then go over the areas that you want to brighten up with concealer, including the eyebrow, and again, blend that in with your sponge lightly so you don't disturb any of the glue. You want to powder it afterwards with a very fine, loose powder so it will set really well, and you will repeat this process until the brow is completely covered. Now, I would normally do the other side, but because I know I have a wig that's going to be covering my other eye, and for the sake of time, I only did one. But if you're going to a party or going somewhere fun, you want to do both. Okay, instead of using regular makeup, I wanted this to be really saturated because she is a cartoon character, so I used body paint. I took a purple paint and went all the way around in a half circle shape and brought it above the eyebrow area. To give it some depth, add some white towards the center and blend it outwards, leaving a small line towards the outside to kind of give it that sharpness, and that way you won't have to redraw it in by not covering it over completely. And keep adding more white until it is nice and blended out. Now, a couple more tips for this. Use the brush very light-handedly. The harder you press, the more you're going to see the brush stroke, so be very light with that. And also the amount of water you're using is crucial to this. If you use too much, it's going to drip and it's going to look terrible. It's going to ruin all your work. So very little water, very light-handed, soft motions. Now she has a very thin, high-arched brow, so I started off with a liner brush to etch it out and then went over it with a little bit of a thicker brush. Line the upper lid and trim down a pair of very large false lashes for a dramatic outer corner eye effect. Now again, I am trying to stay as true as possible to the cartoon character, so I did not use mascara on the upper or lower lashes or line the bottom lashes. Now you can add some highlighter to keep the face from looking too flat. So she has a very small upper lip and a large lower lip. Fortunately, that's how mine are shaped, so I didn't have to change it too much. But you basically will just outline using a red liner and a bright cherry colored lipstick. After checking out a reference photo of her again, I realized that the top of her lips were a little bit more pointy, so I went ahead and made that change. Okay, cool trick when you want perfectly lined red lips. Go back around the edges with a brush and some concealer and go all the way up to the line. Wipe your brush off in between so you don't move the red around, and do it all the way around your lips. That way the lines are completely flawless and you don't have any bleeding edges. Now finish up the other eye if you'd like, pop on a wig, and you are ready to go. Alright, here is our final dark Disney Jessica Rabbit look. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. You can find me at Bengal Queen on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
I missed
totally
it.
Missed.
I'm not bad. I was just drawn that way. I'm not bad. I was just drawn that way.